Hi, my name is Lindsay. I'm a professional violinist here in Arizona. When the war first started in Ukraine in February 24th, 2022, I had no connection with Ukraine before. I never lived there before. To be honest, I didn't even know where in the world it was. I just knew it was around Russia. It was specifically when certain events happened that my heart was struck. When I saw the Mariupol Opera House being bombed with more than 400 women and children inside. When I saw the Kramatorsk train station bombed as women and children were trying to escape Ukraine. When I saw the aftermath of Bucha, where there were bodies strewn all over the streets, I could not believe it. And I felt inspired by God that He had a mission for me to do over there. I didn't really know how I was going to get over there, but through small miracles, God connected me with several amazing people like Rob Sturgill and Type of Wood Charities, and several other amazing nonprofits like Gift of Grace Aid with Victor Moskalyuk. And I was amazed, honestly, by what I saw. They were doing so many amazing things to help the people over there, giving them food and support and giving them hope to get through this. I was in the middle of getting my master's at BYU in nonprofit management. And so I reached out to these nonprofits and started working with them and volunteering and supporting in my own way. And at one point, I joined one of their teams to go and visit Ukraine. I brought my violin as a side note to maybe be able to play in a hospital or help in some way. Little did I know that it would become such a force for good in Ukraine. Gift of Grace Aid and Type of Wood Charities have 52 bread ovens across Ukraine, where volunteers are baking bread 24/7 to send to the front lines. I was able to visit some of these bread ovens and perform for the volunteers to lift their spirits. I was able to perform as bread was being delivered and given out to the people. As I was playing the violin, Ukrainian music, to lift and cheer the hearts of the people, I noticed that so many of them would just sob. They would break because of the immense pressure on them and the pain and suffering they were going through. I was able to give them a moment of peace in their hell. One of the nonprofit directors described it as almost like they were trying to be strong and had to have a shell over them to just survive and get through these hard things, and that this music would burst open that shell and they had to feel something and realize that what they were going through was so hard and that they needed to process it. Over the course of these 3 years, at this point, I've performed hundreds of concerts for thousands of Ukrainians, and I've been back to Ukraine 6 times, and each time for 2 to 4 weeks performing for the people. One experience in particular stands out to me. We were performing, honestly, within only a few miles of the front lines. There were booming and explosions in the background, and people were hiking through artillery and trying to get to the spot where we were delivering bread. And we all came into a church that had, the top of it had been bombed, and there was tarps that were making loud noises, and it was a really scary place. And as I started to perform my violin, I just remember a peace settled over the space, and it was an immense peace in the middle of truly horrific war. And I will never forget that experience. I've performed in hospitals where many Ukrainian men are recovering from severe wounds, many of them with amputations, and where their lives will never be the same. And I respect them so much. They've given their everything to save and protect their family and their land. And it means a lot to me that I've been able to perform for them. I have been able to perform for many mothers of soldiers and family members of soldiers that have died and or are missing, and to be able to comfort them and stand with them in their pain is something that I am so grateful for that I've been able to do. And I feel for them and I hurt for them, and it's so hard. Over the course of these 3 years, I have fallen in love with the Ukrainian people. They are a beautiful people. They are so good, so kind, and so loving and fun and funny, and I just have such a special place in my heart for them. And I feel so grateful to God that He's given me this privilege to perform for them and give them a moment of peace through music, and I will forever be grateful for that. I plead with every one of you today to consider donating to the Ukrainian cause, to help these people in their moment of need, and to join us in this effort to globally support this country that needs us and needs us now. Thank you.